Hello, welcome to another immigration art video. My name is Art Serratelli, and together with Mara Mijal, the two of us, we run the immigration law firm of Serratelli Mijal, PLLC. If you've got a question of any kind, send us an email or send me a text, and we will have at least 4 people every day working in email to get your question to the right person to get the right answer as soon as possible. Here is our contact information now. The topic of today's video is all about a revision to the Trump revision of the unlawful presence accrual rules for the F, J, and M student statuses. In a previous video that I made like a week ago, I'm getting whiplash. Trump changes his mind like I change my socks. The guy, he makes decisions and then changes his mind. You can't run a railroad like that. Dude, everyone listens to what the president says and relies on it. Make a decision, make it once, make it right, make it thorough, and then just implement it. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. This guy is gonna drive me nuts. I was asking in the prior video for some IV Valium drip. Do we have that yet? I need it 24/7. 24/7. All right. What's this revision to the revision of the accrual of unlawful presence time for F, J, and M students? Here we go. Trump announced that students begin accruing unlawful presence time from the minute they break a rule. The next day is your first day of unlawful presence. So you work without authorization, you're a biochemistry major, and you deliver pizza for cash? No good. The next day, whether you're caught or not, the next day you're starting to accrue unlawful presence time. If you're getting a paycheck and you're working illegally against the rules of the student status, you know what? There's a record with the government that you were getting taxes withheld when you had no right to work in the first place. No good. If you overstay a student visa, no good. So Trump is saying, hey, look, in the olden days, we'd cut you some slack. You're a kid. We would let you break the rules, and you would not accrue a day of unlawful presence until someone in the government formally held you, found you, determined that you were out of status or violating your status or overstaying your status. Then, from the date of the determination, you accrued unlawful presence time. No more. No more. Summer of Trump, new change. The minute you break a rule or overstay as a student, the next day is your first day of unlawful presence time. Why is unlawful presence not a good thing? Because if you accrue more than 180 days of unlawful presence time, then you will not get a green card. Instead, you'll be deported. You'll be deported, and you will be barred from coming back to the United States. If you accrue more than 180 days of unlawful presence time, but less than a year, you're barred for 3 years. If you accrue more than a year of unlawful presence time and you want permanent residency, you won't get permanent residency. You're going to get deported, and you'll be barred from coming back for. So unlawful presence, bad. Now, what's the conclusion that we drew just a week ago or so from that rule? Well, don't accrue unlawful presence time. It'll kill you. It'll ruin your American future. But more importantly, I concluded, if you ever did a reinstatement, you would be out of your mind, because unlawful presence was going to accrue from the day after the minute you broke a rule. And unlawful presence would have kept accumulating while a reinstatement was pending. And you got a 5-month window to file a reinstatement. So you could be at a status, violating your status, overstaying. You could be in month number 4 and file your reinstatement. And then several weeks later, while the government was taking its time to make a decision, sometimes they take 9 months to decide. 9 months to decide. And while they're deciding, and it takes 9 months, and you've already been here for 4 months or so without a status, accruing unlawful presence time, and then you accrue 9 more months. You accrue 9 more months while the government is considering your reinstatement. If they deny you, it's over. It's over. You've already got more than a year of unlawful presence accrued. So I said in a previous video, oh man, if you do reinstatement, you're out of your mind. Just get on an airplane and go back home and fix the problem. I'll tell you how. I'll help you. I'll help you. I'm not going to just send you on an airplane. I'll tell you what to do, what to say. And if you're not sympathetic, you could be denied. So you got to be sympathetic. You got to have a real reason why you did what you did, that when someone from the government hears it, they say, oh, don't worry, don't worry. If they hear it and they say, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You were running a home-cooked meal delivery service out of your dorm room? Oh, deliberately, with full and complete knowledge that you can't do that because you're a biochemistry major? Denied. Denied a visa. Now Now, last night, now get this, all right? Last night, after 5 o'clock in all 4 American time zones, Eastern Time, Central Time, Mountain Time, Pacific Time, last night after 5 o'clock in all those time zones, USCIS issues this. And remember, last night was the evening before the unlawful presence rule goes into effect, all right? So everybody is reacting to a rule President Mentally Stable Genius announces. Everyone is preparing for the new rule, including some schools planning on what they're going to do about reinstatement. Everyone's planning. Everyone has got an action plan. After business hours last night, so when we all come into work, this morning, and we find this, the reinstatement rule is now different than it was when it was announced. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's like they're jewel thieves and they sneak around in the middle of the night doing stuff like this. Pretty bad faith or pretty bad organizational skills or pretty bad pre-planning. It's this. So the bottom line to all this video is reinstatement may be okay again. I still wouldn't do it. I do not like reinstatement. Let me say it again. I would rather jump off a building while drinking poison than have someone go through 9 months of reinstatement and be denied. Get on an airplane and go get a new visa with a new I-20, okay? But here is the new rule that changes the old new rule. Here we go. It says, and I'm just reading it right off the after 5 o'clock email. Really, in the cover of night, they do stuff like this. What are they, ashamed? They better be ashamed of themselves. Shame on you, immigration. For the purposes of counting the days of unlawful presence. A timely reinstatement application for F or M is one where the student has not been out of status for more than 5 months. Okay, there's that 5-month window, the 5-month window. For purposes of counting unlawful presence in the F or M category, if you file the application within the 5-month window, then under this revision to the revision, under this new rule that updates the old new rule, if you file a timely reinstatement application, then you stop the accrual of unlawful presence. However, if the reinstatement is denied, then you accrue unlawful presence again starting the day after the denial. All right, so that's the gist of it. You file a timely application for reinstatement. The day you file it is the day you stop your unlawful presence time. The day it's approved, you're fine, everything's fine, and you only have unlawful presence for the time between when you violated the status rules and when you filed for reinstatement. That's your unlawful presence time. If the reinstatement gets approved. If the reinstatement gets denied, then your unlawful presence time starts ticking away right after, the day after the denial of the reinstatement. There are similar rules for the J category. Those are the new rules. If your school's telling you to do a reinstatement, do it. If you want my words like the worried dad that I am for all my clients, I'm the worried, I don't care how old you are. You could be a 50, 60, 70-year-old client. You could be 25. I will worry about you like a worried dad or a worried family member. My words echoing in your head as you're hearing, let's do reinstatement, let's do reinstatement. I would say, get on a plane, go to the embassy, clear your record, start fresh, get a new visa and come back in and you start all over again. Okay? Sometimes people are very, 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 very penny wise and pound foolish. You need to take the long view. You need to do what's safest in the long run, not what's expedient right now. Reinstatement is expedient right now. Am I for it? Not so much. I don't like it. Not at all. You're leaving your future in the hands of an immigration officer who's going to take 9 months to decide whether you should still be here or not? Hello? Hello? I know there's reasons for it. I know why there are people advocating for reinstatement. That's fine. That's fine. But I worry. If you have any questions, give us a call. The only person who's going to worry more about your case than me is you. Mara is the same way. We keep our practice to a minimum size to pay our bills and to save some money, but we don't make it too big. We put a lid on the maximum size it could be, so every client gets treated like a human being. Do you think I would be this worked up? Do you think I'd be this pissed off at the after 5 o'clock memo if I didn't care? I care too much. Thanks.